Hi, my name's Julie. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah, in America, and I had the opportunity 2 nights ago to experience the 9010 medbed, and it's my pleasure to give a review on what I had experienced. I'm very open minded, I'm a creative person, and so I like to look out of the box. And at the point that I had been feeling so much pain, I honestly don't know how I found this opportunity other than it just appeared out of nowhere. And I was intrigued because I do know that I can be aware of things that maybe others can't feel. I'm pretty sensitive with different situations, but I have had multiple pains in my body, and it could be from stress, it could be from anxiety, but I have sore joints in my arms that have been very painful, and my knee. I had a surgery on it, and now that cold winter with the snow is here, it is really hard to sleep. Along with that, I've had a lot of stress and a lot of burdens on my shoulders. I'll put it that way. My spine is deteriorating, but I'm 49 years old and I really want to live the best life I can, to be around to one day be a grandmother, and also to be around for enjoying my life. This opportunity that we have been given, I listened to the videos and the tutorials and everything that was suggested, and I listened closely to what Oliver had experienced, which I think is truly amazing, that he was able to comprehend and invent and put things together for so many people to feel better. I had listened to other tutorials, and so I had kind of an idea of what I should do. I'm all about the positive statements of I am. It's gotten me through a lot of rough times. But it was probably 1 in the morning after I had everything done, and I didn't want to wait another day. So I started by saying 9010 medbed as suggested and scan me. I really didn't know what to expect, but I was in a quiet room, and as the scan started, probably from my knees all the way up to my head was a warm sensation as it was scanning my body. I was afraid I had too long of a list of all the many things that I would love to have accomplished, because I've kind of let myself go being a mom and everything. But I specifically wanted my mind to be clear, to have clarity, to have energy. There's so many days that I just can't even hardly keep my eyes open, even with all the sleep I might get or try to get, and the pain in my back. And I'm not sure if I talked much about my knee. Maybe, possibly I did. But as soon as the scan started, the pressure on the left side of my spine, it was quite hard, sensitive. Like, it didn't hurt, but there's a lot of pressure, and I knew that that is exactly where this was headed to help me heal. And I would say, I was in the dark, but I would think it was 10-20 minutes that I felt this pressure on my back. After that, I decided, well, maybe I should turn on my side. I hope that's okay. And I turned on my side, and it continued. And the next thing it did, as I closed my eyes, I was already had so much peace. But I closed my eyes and I started seeing flashes of my childhood from a long time ago, back to memories of when my parents didn't have really the best of times. And then I realized that back then I didn't see, but some of these things were weighing on my heart and mind all those years, as if it was me putting blame on myself. I can tell you the day that, or the year, that I started gaining weight in grade school. It was when they were having problems. And I didn't put the two together. And I faced a lot of these flashes and images that night, 2 nights ago. And I was able to just release it and let it go without effort. It was incredible to feel so free. I felt love and peace. I did say that I am at peace. I am full of happiness, and I am serving others with my love. And I could tell it started working. I fell asleep, and I did wake up for just a moment as I felt pressure on the top of my head, just like my back. And I knew that it was trying to help my mind to be clear. I'm not sure why it started a few years ago that it did, but I have looked everywhere for help. And I know it comes down to faith and believing that these are amazing times, that we have these abilities and people who are in tune to provide this technology. And I thank you for having this available to all of us in this time. Besides the 8.5 hours, I stayed asleep longer than that because I was able to sleep through the whole night without my back hurting. And then today, I didn't know that my knee had been reviewed. Maybe I was sleeping, I'm not sure, but I haven't been able to go down my stairs much because my right knee is in so much pain. I'm just avoiding surgeries. I just don't like them. But I walked up the cold stairs outside with the snow. Usually snow makes my body be in more pain, but I was able to easily walk up the stairs, and I had to stop and think a minute. I couldn't believe that the pain was gone. I was taking it for granted for a minute, and then I thought, wait a minute, I haven't been able to do that forever. And I ran and told my husband about it because he's been so good to help massage me and try to figure out what was going on with me. I'd love the opportunity to continue, but even those 8.5 hours, I was at the hospital with my daughter yesterday, and I didn't have my medicines or anything, and we were there quite a long time, and I still had energy to be awake. I wasn't full of tears. I wasn't anxious. I was still at peace, and that's worth more than anyone could ever imagine until they've been through it. You definitely have to not be a skeptic, and you have to desire to help yourself with independence with this amazing technology. Thank you again. I'm not much for making movies, but it's worth it for this. If I can help someone else who might be dealing with a clouded mind or things that have weighed on them and held them down their whole life, you can have those things no longer serve you by asking them to leave and filling them with love. Thank you again. The best of luck to everybody. Bye.